How did it start?
Do you want to go? Do you want to take this one?
Yes, I will,
Okay.
because I tell you what, when I had a book out, which when I have a book out, it's not quite the same as when Richard's got a book out. They said, we want to do a big London event and we want to get a host for it. And then they came back to me and said, Richard Osman's going to do it. And I said, what's he doing there? He's got no need to do that. I was affronted that you had said yes. Some time before, Gary Lineker had said to me, will you do a podcast or something? And I'd said, oh no, I'd be absolutely terrible at it.
That's very female.
Which
you don't want me, I'm
anyway,
not good enough.
But then Richard wrote to me on a Saturday evening, and I lay saying, would you think about doing this? And it would be about entertainment, which that was a whole separate thing, which I thought, okay, this would be really fun. This is all the things that people escape to from a darkening world. And I thought, and I lay awake the entire night, but not in an unhappy way. And then at like 4:45 on Sunday morning, I wrote back and said, no, I think I would. Yes, I think I will do that.
I know. I was delighted because I wanted to do an entertainment podcast. I feel it's the only thing I actually have some authority on. You know, people always ask your opinions on things and politics and stuff. I think I have an opinion, but it's not based on anything other than, you know, my opinion. Whereas entertainment, I've sort of worked in it for a long time. So I feel like it's an area that I can talk about. And working out who to do it with. And funny enough, Ingrid, my wife who loves Marina, almost as much as I do, she said, well, there's only one person, it's got to be Marina.
Yeah.
And so immediately I wrote to Marina and suggested it, thinking, because I know famously you don't do many things like that. I thought, well, she'll say no, and then we'll have to get some sort of inferior Marina. But
so many superior Marinas, trust me. But I remember thinking, I think this would be really fun, and I just think I would really look forward to speaking to him every single week, which I do. We do it on Monday mornings,
so nice.
And every Monday morning I think, I wonder what Richard will have to say about these matters.
Yes.
So how do you prepare?
Well, we sort of pick across our poor producers. They're always like the previous Thursday or, you know, something. They go, any ideas what you're going to talk about this week?
Now, on Thursday?
Absolute radio silence from me and Marina. Then maybe sort of like a panicked email on Saturday evening going, maybe should we talk about this week? And then on Sunday, you know what, maybe we'll talk about that. And so Sunday is sort of my research day.
Very occasionally we would change it on Monday morning.
Yes, we did. We talked about Salt Path, the book the other day, because it came out on the Sunday evening, all this story. So we changed it on the Monday morning. And we do our bit of research, and then we turn up. We never tell each other what we're going to say.
Yeah,
and so
we don't really know as well.
Yes, exactly. I often, like so often in life,
we're just about to be impressed.
Until I hear something come out of my mouth, I'm like, oh. Didn't know you were going to say that.
That's my opinion.
But I just sit back and you know, Marina lets rip, and I'm thinking this is great.
So we're here to talk about food, aren't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we thought it's we always start with the reading of the recipe.
Would you like to do the ingredients and I'll do the?
No, I'll pretend we're doing a podcast.
Okay.
I thought you should just do that, and I could sit back and relax.
Hello and welcome to Grilled Veal Chops.
My name is Richard Osman.
And I'm Marina Hyde.
I have a question, Marina. It's from a Ruthie Rogers. Ruthie, thank you for your question. And she's saying exactly what would you use for ingredients if you were cooking grilled veal chops? Great question.
I'd have 4 thick veal chops.
4 of them?
Yeah, I'd have 4.
I'd have 4. Is that for 4 people?
I think it would serve 4.
Yeah,
I would. And then I'd have 50 grams of prosciutto fat.
Okay.
Yeah. The peel of 2 lemons.
Yeah.
2 tablespoons of sage leaves.
2 tablespoons of sage leaves.
Yeah.
But you're piling them up?
Yeah, I am. I'm chopping them beforehand.
I'm never sure about tablespoons because heaped tablespoon, I don't know. Listen, that's my issue.
There's a level of imprecision that this will admit of. Then we'd have a tablespoon of lemon juice.
Okay.
And sea salt and freshly ground black pepper. When aren't they there?
That's
like
what you would do.
Longoria and Orlando Bloom of celebrity weddings. They're on every list, those 2.
Do you have a further question for me?
Yes, I'd like to know what to do with these items.
And who's that question from?
Ruthie's back on.
Oh, Ruthie again.
She's
2 questions in a row.
I think she's known as what's called a super fan. So superfan Ruthie Rogers asked, what would you do with these for the grilled?
What would I do with them? God, that's a good question. So what have we got? 4 thick veal chops. So quite thick. I think probably, so you got the prosciutto. I take the prosciutto fat, take the lemon peel and sage leaves, lemon juice and that seasoning. Stick them in a food processor is the first thing I would do. And if you've got, you've got all your different settings on your food processor, I would use pulse chop. So pulse chop that to make a coarse, thick paste. Is what I would do. Mm-hmm. Then you dry the veal chops thoroughly. I don't know how wet they are, but if they are wet...
With a kitchen towel, I think.
I would definitely do it with a kitchen towel. And then I would spread the mixture remember from the food processor from before. Just spread it evenly on each side. Grill, gosh, I would say 5 to 8 minutes, something like that. And then, hey presto, you've got yourself absolutely perfect grilled veal chops. I hope that answers your question, Ruthie. Thanks for listening.
I'd say that was a brilliant reading of it, and I really will learn a lot from the next time. As a matter of fact, I thought I would ask you why you chose that recipe, or did you have veal at home?
Well, I chose this recipe, and I have made this recipe many times actually. And it is a real high wire act because I have to tell you, veal chops are very, very expensive. There's something about me that I don't know.
Yeah, especially thick ones.
Yeah, especially very thick ones.
Yeah.
And if it goes wrong, it's completely ruined. And all veal chops are wrong. This is from the book that came out in the mid-90s, right?
This is the first book.
Yeah, exactly.
Got a lot wrong in that book.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, people say to me, I made something, and it didn't come out that well. I go, what was our first book?
Yeah.
You know,
Listen, it's
give
like
me a
it's
break,
like
you
the
know?
Thursday Murder Club.
Yeah,
I didn't
thank you.
absolutely know what I was doing.
Yeah, well, I didn't
Yeah.
either. We just
Honestly,
did this. I don't want to reduce the sales of our first book because we do love our
It's a
first
banger.
book.
Yeah.
It's a classic.
Remind-
but if you
remind
want to
me of
make
the name of the
something,
first book.
I would go. It's called the River Cafe Cookbook.
Oh,
But it's the
simple,
blue one.
classic.
Yeah, but
Oh,
I would
yes.
definitely
Quickly followed
go
by the
to
yellow.
the one that we did for our 30th birthday called River Cafe 30.
Clever.
Which is kind of more knowledgeable. Gets the
There you go.
But, you know, it's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
We were young. We started out.
You were faking it
Sold
till you
a
were
million
making
to-
it.